Hey there. All right. So this is day two of the business of art, creating your business with art. All right. So this is the outline for today. We're going to be talking about different types of audiences. Not every audience is going to be the person that's actually going to be giving you direct money for your products and services. We're going to be doing some audience profiling. Then we're going to talk about how to reach folks. There's going to be reaching in the social space and there's going to be reaching in the in-person reach. So the three types of audiences that we're going to be talking about today is first is primary. Primary are the people that are going to give you direct money and you're going to give them something. You're going to give them a service, you're going to give them a product. Secondary are the people who are going to purchase it and they're going to give it to somebody else. All right? So whether it's a gift or I would even say like a small business that is maybe going to take your art or purchase an album from you, like your CD or whatever, they even CDs, your music, and play it in their store to offer an experience. Um, they would be considered a secondary source where they're going to take your products and services. So, yes, they are actually going to be the one giving you the money for it. Um, these are the folks who are, they're going to take it and they're going to use it for a third audience, people that would have probably bought your art to start with, or your music or your whatever to start with. They're just going to be the middle person. And whether they sell it for money or they use it as part of the experience, in their store, it doesn't matter. They are still kind of that middle person between you and this other audience. Then you have your tertiary audience. Anyway, it's this third layer, and these people are never really going to pay you. Not to say they couldn't donate to your business or try to invest in your business, but they are not necessarily interested in paying you money for a direct service. What these people are, they are great connectors. They are champions for your business. They want to, like, you want them to know everything about you so that when a grant opportunity comes along or funding opportunity comes along or they hear of somebody looking for an independent artist or looking for an up and coming writer or looking for a seamstress, a fashion designer, a model, something that they're immediately going to send them your way. And so these folks are highly valuable for the long run, allowing them to learn about you and see your service, get to know you as a person, as a brand, and that they will vouch for you when an opportunity comes along. So this third group is super important as well. So when it comes to profiling your audience, this primary audience, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these questions, and then I would just ask you to pause for about 5 minutes, and then I want you to answer the questions. So remember, a primary audience are the people that are going to give you that direct money for a service, right? So I want you to be thinking about these people over the next 5 minutes. First, what are they doing on their phones when they're bored? Like, what types of apps do they have? Are they just listening to music? Are they listening to a meditation? Or do they have a bunch of like calendar apps and tasks, like lists of things that they need to do, lots of organizing, like those types? Do they have a lot of games? Is it a lot of social media? Is there, apps for doing art and photo edit? Like, I don't know. Like, when you start thinking about your primary audience and somebody that would directly buy your stuff, what types of things are they doing on their phone when they're bored? All right. Are they scrolling TikTok? Are they checking emails? Are they getting work done? Are they checking their grades? Are they like really just take some time and think about it? Besides school or work, where are they going when they leave the house? Are they going to the mall when they want to buy stuff? Are they going to little downtown festivals? Do they go to flea markets? Like, where are they going to do their shopping? Where are they going for fun? Are they going to little school concerts or like plays in the area? Do they enjoy going to sporting events? Are they like going to a local football game on a Friday night? And then number three, probably most important, if they had some extra money left over at the end of the month, they've spent, they've paid for other bills, they've taken care of all of that. What are they spending their money on? Do they have money to spend on you? That's the big question, right? So I'm going to have you pause this for about 5 minutes and answer all those questions. Okay, I'm assuming you paused. We're going to move on to the secondary audience. Now, these folks are typically going to buy it to give it to somebody else. or they're going to buy it and use it for somebody else or with somebody else. So if you have something that can be sold wholesale, or like I mentioned earlier about if you have art or music or things like that. So say there's like a local restaurant and you're a musician and they have a contract with you, you're going to come in every Thursday night and you're going to play your instrument. They aren't actually consuming your service. It's going to be the people in the restaurant. All right. So be thinking about those types of folks that can get you to a bigger audience. If you are an actress, who are some secondary audiences? Who are some people that could enjoy your services for a third party? I see a lot of ladies. I don't see so many men, and I think it would be just as fun. But they do various like princesses. I don't think they can say they're Disney princesses because they'll get in trouble. But um, they have they do like princess parties and they dress up and as mermaids and all that kind of stuff, and to me that's acting and it's making money, and why not? A lawyer's office, like people who like that need to decorate and need to create a warm space but don't necessarily want to, a artist to have be able to get custom art at an affordable rate to decorate, and it's one less thing that they have to fool with. All right, that's going to tie us down to question number 3, but here's the 3 questions. um who or what group of people are significant in their lives? So, if you're talking about a restaurant, who's really significant to them? The customers, right? If it's a lawyer's office, who's really important to them? The people who come in, they've just been in a car accident, or they have to get a will done, or they're getting a divorce. Like, that's somebody that's really important to them, the people that are coming in. A small shop, like a little boutique or something, who's really significant to them? Obviously, their customers, right? Then moving into the next, where are they spending their time in the virtual space? This is important because you want to figure out how to find them. They might not be in the virtual space, especially like a little brick and mortar shop that's been open for a long time. They might not even have like a Facebook or anything like that. And that's okay. That's important information that you need to know. Are these people, are they on LinkedIn? Do they have a TikTok? It's real quick homework you can do for yourself to find out where they're at in the virtual space. And then the last question, I kind of started talking about it earlier, is how could your product or service make their lives easier? And so I'll just use an artist as an example. If I made custom art that I could produce a good amount in the course of a month, I would be targeting professional buildings. I would have like ones that have like lobbies that have a bunch of other businesses in them, because the person who owns that building that has all that space rented out, they don't want to be bothered with worrying about what is hanging up in the lobby. A lawyer, a big law firm is not going to care. Like somebody else is making that decision. And so if you had a package and say, hey, look, I will quarterly, I will send you fresh art for your conference rooms. I will send you fresh art for, the bathrooms and the lobby and things like that. And this is how much it's going to cost. It, it would probably be easy for them to just hand it off to you and take care of it. And it'd be something fun. And what do they care? Another thing, if you make other stuff, corporate gift giving is an industry out here, a very lucrative, that you have 1,000 clients and you want to make sure that they all get something special, and you don't necessarily want to just send them a pin or some, very common promotional product. You could be the person to offer them a little gift box of whatever you make, whatever your little thing is. You make body butter, candles, like whatever it is, you could package that up and say and get a contract with a big company, and it would be less headache for them. They're going to have to pay somebody at that job or at that business to do that. If you could just handle it and they don't have to worry about it, people pay money for that. So think big when it comes to your art and how far out it can reach people. So anyway, I'm gonna have you pause for 5 minutes and then we'll jump back in. But I'm actually just gonna go to the next slide so you can pause. Okay, welcome back. So now we're gonna talk about this third layer of audience. I'm just going to jump into the questions. All right. So, again, these are the people who aren't necessarily going to pay for your products, but can be highly valuable in connecting you with the right people. So, what are some organizations in your area that specialize in your industry? So, this is a very quick Google search. So, take a look at because we get into that second question too. Take a look at the colleges. Are there any art organizations? Are there any Rotary clubs or any nonprofits that specialize in the arts? I'm sure there is one. Are there any galleries, even if they're real small? Like,
Are there any? Look in your area and see, and look on Eventbrite, any places where they have online events, Facebook events, things like that, and see if anybody is hosting anything art related, and then go and take a look at that organization and just kind of start keeping tabs on who they're about, what do they do, and how could they be a benefit to you. So, taking a look at some of the local programs in your industry at your universities, a lot of them will have student galleries. And especially if you're like 14 or 15, you definitely want to try to get in and learn who the people are that run that program, like the department chair, some of the professors. Just a quick little email. And it can be your parents sending it out if you want, and just say, hey, if your parents aren't comfortable with you emailing people, excuse me, if your parents are not comfortable with you emailing people, I understand. But to be able to make that kind of connection in high school, so that when the department chair sees that they're hosting a summer program for teens, you're the first person they think of. When they say that it's going to be a community art expo, well, you would be considered part of the community. It's open beyond the students. You're going to be the first person they contact. So it is important, even when you're in high school, that you make some connections with folks in the art world, and academia in your area. And then the last one, how do these different organizations support people in your industry? Which one of these organizations offer free classes or paid classes? I'm okay with a paid class. Memberships to help you out, where you can pay a membership and take a certain amount of classes. Um, did I say grants? Maybe mentorship, support groups. Maybe there's like a group of them that meet once a month. Just kind of keeping track of what organization can does what and how it can best support you. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, pause, and do some searching for these people or these organizations. Okay, welcome back. We're going to dive into social reach. So this link should work and ask you to make a copy of a spreadsheet. Um, The first page is really just about getting all of my personal business coach, she calls it social media real estate. And so even if you're not going to be on social media, you're under 18, your parents don't want you to, you're under 16, totally fine, I get that. But get your parents to help you just snatch up the real estate of your name. What I mean by that is, even if you don't have an Instagram, get your parents to make an Instagram account for you with your name, your first and last name. Facebook page, the domain. Now, no, social medias are going to be free, but like even purchasing the domain, it may be like $10 for the year or something like that. Just so that when you go to post your things online and have a website, somebody else hasn't taken your first and last name, and that can't be your brand. There's ways around it. You can use like your middle initial or something like that. But the idea is that you have the same name across all platforms, including your website, so that when the time comes for you to go as live, so to speak, in the virtual space, when you're old enough, um, you'll have all of this information ready to go. And then the second tab on that spreadsheet is going to be talking about in-person reach. And I understand that this can be really scary. Even as an adult, I get anxious going in and meeting somebody for the first time. So I understand. So working on this spreadsheet could really be helpful at first. Finding businesses, getting a contact name, getting a website, getting a phone number, finding all their social media handles, doing all the homework first, and then start going out and introducing yourself. And if you want to spend the $10 at Vistaprint or someplace and get you some business cards, great. Just finding out what they do, what their mission is, what their vision is, how do they plan on contributing to the art world, and you can gather a lot of that information just by walking into their store, by reading things on their website. And as you do this research, like if you find somebody that really it resonates with you when you read through their mission statement or their purpose statement or their vision statement or whatever they have on their website, or you've combed through their Instagram and you really like a lot of things that they're saying, like you're going to start to see, oh, you know what? This is definitely somebody I want to link up with. So for this assignment, you just need to fill out the spreadsheet, even if you're not going to get on social media. Some of you may not be allowed to. Just get the accounts established. You get your parents to do the accounts for you. They can keep the passwords. They don't have to tell you what they are. It's really just to help you down the road, that when you are ready to get into the social media space, that you have your name and brand waiting for you.